sponsorship with FTX, both Voyager and Celsius filed for bankruptcy. And at the time, I paused the sponsorship deal I had with them just to ensure that the same thing would not be happening to FTX US.
From a money-saving browser extension, Honey, which was promoted by infamous YouTubers, to FTX, a cryptocurrency exchange platform that did a billion-dollar scam to its users, many YouTube sponsorships turned out to be a simple disaster. Here are some of the worst sponsorship deals that almost ruined the YouTuber's own career. It all started with Honey, the popular browser extension praised by influencers and even celebrities for helping users save money by finding and applying coupon codes during online shopping. What seemed like an innocent tool quickly unraveled into something much darker. At first, Honey was promoted by a famous YouTuber, known for their tech and shopping tips. With millions of followers, the YouTuber shared how Honey worked wonders by finding discounts and making online shopping smoother. Everyone thought it was a godsend. Who wouldn't want to save a few bucks while shopping? Online, right? But beneath the shiny surface, something much more sinister was brewing.
We've got to talk about this Honey situation. Now, over the weekend, Megalag did a terrific video breaking down what, I'll be honest, are nothing short of nefarious business practices that Honey have been using.
Unbeknownst to its users, Honey wasn't just saving money, it was stealing it. The extension cleverly stored cookies in the browser to track users' shopping habits, collecting sensitive data. But that wasn't the worst part. Honey was funneling commission fees to its creators, charging users hidden costs by manipulating the coupon codes they applied. What seemed like a simple tool to save money was actually an elaborate way for Honey to siphon off a cut of every sale, without users even realizing it. This dark side of Honey stayed hidden until one brave YouTuber, Megalag, decided to blow the whistle. Megalag, a tech expert with a reputation for uncovering scams, noticed something odd during his own online shopping experience. He couldn't ignore the mounting evidence that something was off. His suspicions grew when he noticed that despite applying discounts through Honey, the prices were still higher than what they should have been, and the extra charges seemed to appear out of nowhere. Megalag was determined to expose the truth, and he did just that. In a shocking video, he revealed how Honey was secretly stealing money from users by embedding hidden commissions into the coupons they applied. He explained how, instead of saving you money, Honey was taking a cut from every transaction, without your consent. The revelation sent shockwaves across the internet. Users flooded Megalag's comment sections, outraged and confused. They couldn't believe they had been tricked for so long. Demands for a full expose grew louder by the day, as more people realized they had been unwittingly used as pawns in Honey's money-making scheme. Under immense pressure, the famous YouTuber who initially promoted Honey finally issued a statement. After thorough research and reviewing Megalag's findings, they admitted the shocking truth. The YouTuber publicly declared that Honey was a scam and warned everyone to stop using it immediately.
Honey has been deceiving everyone, not just influencers who have worked with them, but also consumers without understanding really what this extension is doing.
They urged followers to uninstall the extension and avoid the company at all costs, revealing how Honey's deceptive practices were more than just shady business. They were outright theft. The statement confirmed the suspicions of many who had, and those who had once praised Honey felt betrayed. But the drama didn't stop there. On January 3, 2025, a YouTube lawyer, well known for his involvement in major legal cases surrounding digital privacy, released an explosive video. He announced that a lawsuit was officially being filed against Honey for its deceptive practices. According to the lawyer, Honey was not only stealing money from users, but was also harming creators by manipulating affiliate commissions, which led to unfair revenue distribution. The lawyer explained that Honey's actions were illegal and violated both user privacy and trust. The news of the lawsuit sent waves of excitement and relief through the community. Many felt justice was finally being served, and others speculated about how Honey would respond to the legal action. Was this the end of the infamous coupon tool, or would Honey manage to wiggle its way out of this mess? Only time would tell, but one thing was certain. This was a warning to anyone relying on too-good-to-be-true deals from browser extensions. The story of Honey serves as a harsh reminder that not everything that seems like a bargain actually is. The internet is full of hidden dangers, and this scandal proves just how easily trust can be manipulated for profit. Users are becoming more cautious, and it's likely that this case will spark a larger conversation about privacy, data security, and the lengths companies will go to make money at your expense. As the lawsuit progresses and the truth continues to unravel, one thing is clear. Honey's golden reputation has been shattered, and it might never recover. The fight for justice is far from over, but at least the first major blow has been dealt. Not only Honey, there is another renowned scam in YouTube history, the Yotta Bank. In 2020, Yotta Bank appeared out of nowhere with an offer that seemed too good to pass up, a gamified savings app that promised to make saving money fun. The concept was simple, yet enticing. Every dollar you saved earned you a lottery ticket, giving you a chance to win big in a weekly drawing. The more you saved, the more tickets you collected, and the greater your chance of hitting the jackpot. It sounded like a dream. Who wouldn't want to save money and possibly win a fortune while doing it? The app quickly gained traction, especially after being promoted by none other than Graham Stephan, a famous YouTuber and personal finance guru. Graham, known for his no-nonsense financial advice, recommended Yotta Bank to his millions of followers. His endorsement was golden, and Yotta Bank seemed like a trustworthy way to save. Graham made it clear, Yotta was a fun, innovative way to save money, and the lottery element added an exciting twist. Many of his followers jumped on board, believing that Yotta was the next big thing in personal finance. But not everyone was so quick to fall in line. Jack Train, another YouTuber with a focus on financial topics, took a different approach. In one of his videos, Jack called out the entire concept of lotteries tied to savings, warning that they were predatory. He argued that the odds were stacked against users, turning the act of saving into a dangerous game of chance. Yet in a stunning twist, Jack reversed course just moments later. In the same video, he began promoting Yotta Bank, claiming that it was a safe version of the lottery and urging his followers to give it a try. Jack assured them that Yotta Bank was a legitimate way to save and invest, despite his earlier warning about the dangers of lottery-style savings. This confusing about-face left many of Jack's viewers scratching their heads, but the app's popularity continued to soar. Yotta Bank appeared to be growing stronger with every passing day, attracting millions of users who were eager to join the savings revolution. But little did they know the game was rigged from the start. On August 6, 2022, everything came crashing down. CoffeeZilla, a YouTuber known for exposing scams and uncovering the truth behind shady financial apps, released a bombshell video. He revealed that Yotta Bank was, in fact, a financial trap, cleverly disguised as a fun and safe way to save. According to CoffeeZilla, Yotta's lottery system wasn't just a gimmick, it was a way to exploit users by encouraging them to deposit money for the chance of winning a prize that was almost impossible to get. Instead of helping people save, Yotta Bank had been making money off its users by promoting an illusion of rewards, all while relying on gambling-style tactics. The scandal didn't stop there. As CoffeeZilla's video gained traction, more and more people began to realize they had been duped. What seemed like a cool savings app was actually a gamble that used the promise of winning big to lure people in, all while making the company rich. Yotta Bank's shaky financial model, combined with the high risk of its lottery system, had set users up for failure. 2 years after its flashy rise, Yotta Bank went bankrupt. The app that promised to revolutionize saving had collapsed, and its users were left reeling. But the real tragedy was what happened next. Yotta Bank froze its users' accounts.
Thousands are locked out of their financial accounts. Here's Faye Fredericks with our
banking accounts of tens of thousands of consumers and businesses have been frozen for weeks,
leaving them unable to access their funds. People who had trusted the app with their money suddenly found themselves locked out, unsure if they would ever see their savings again. This shocking downfall hit some well-known creators hard. Graham Stephan, Jack Train, and others who had promoted Yotta Bank now faced the consequences of backing a failed venture. While the exact amounts these influencers lost in Yotta Bank are unclear, it's believed that they lost a significant amount, along with the trust of their audiences. Thousands of ordinary users were also left with empty wallets, as Yotta's bankruptcy left them high and dry. In the aftermath of the collapse, CoffeeZilla issued a stern warning to influencers and YouTubers everywhere. He urged them to be more cautious when promoting investment apps, especially those that seemed too good to be true. Check before you promote, CoffeeZilla advised, warning that by endorsing apps like Yottabank without proper research, creators were putting their followers at serious risk. Yottabank's fall from grace is a cautionary tale for anyone looking to make quick money through a fun savings app. What seemed like an exciting and easy way to save turned into a disaster for thousands of users and creators alike. In the end, the gamified savings app left a trail of broken trust, lost money, and a stark reminder that in the world of finance, not everything that glitters is gold. Raid: Shadow Legends seemed unstoppable in 2019. The mobile RPG game had taken over YouTube, with its flashy ads and promises of epic battles, all backed by a long list of famous YouTubers, including MrBeast. Every other video seemed to have an ad for the game, and it was everywhere. But as the sponsorships grew, so did the backlash, and soon, the game's massive ad campaign turned into a running joke. The problem began when Raid: Shadow Legends sponsored nearly every channel, on YouTube, large and small. No matter what kind of content you made, it seemed like you were being offered a deal to promote the game. The script for each ad was almost identical, with creators reading the same lines and talking about the same in-game features. This repetition didn't go unnoticed. Enter Foco, a small YouTuber who made waves in the community when he pointed out the glaring issues with these sponsorships. In his video, Foco exposed how every YouTuber who took part in the promotion received the exact same offer, with the same script. He mocked the lack of creativity in the ads, and soon, a meme storm exploded online. The joke was on Raid: Shadow Legends, and people couldn't stop laughing at how forced and robotic the promotions felt. What had started as a way to grow the game's audience quickly turned into a meme, one that poked fun at how oversaturated YouTube had become with these identical ads. Viewers mocked the game's aggressive marketing strategy, calling it unwatchable and too much. The flood of Raid: Shadow Legends ads had gone from exciting to unbearable, and fans were growing tired of seeing the same thing over and over. On February 26, 2020, Raid: Shadow Legends finally responded to the growing criticism. In an official statement, they tried to clear the air. They claimed that they didn't pay YouTubers or influencers to promote their game. Rather, the YouTubers wanted to play and promote the game themselves. The statement came across as defensive, and it only added fuel to the fire. People quickly saw this as a lie, and the backlash grew louder. The statement didn't help. It only sparked more disbelief. Viewers began pointing out how this didn't make sense. If YouTubers were promoting the game because they wanted to, why did the ads look so similar, down to every detail? And line of dialogue? People were calling it a marketing stunt, not a genuine endorsement, and they weren't buying it. Soon after, YouTubers began responding to Raid's denial. One of the most prominent voices in the backlash came from Some Ordinary Gamers, a well-known YouTuber. In a scathing video, he revealed that even channels with almost no subscribers had received sponsorship offers from Raid: Shadow Legends. He mocked the game, saying that a channel with just one subscriber had been offered a paid sponsorship. The video went viral, and his followers piled on, calling out Raid for its shady business tactics. Raid: Shadow Legends responded once again, doubling down on their claim that they didn't pay influencers to promote their game. But this time, the response was even less convincing. The more they defended themselves, the more people began to see through their lies. The community wasn't buying the excuses anymore. It felt like a cover-up, a poor attempt to salvage their image after weeks of endless ads and mounting ridicule. As more and more creators spoke out, Raid: Shadow Legends found itself in deeper trouble. It became clear that the game's marketing strategy was not only annoying, but also dishonest. The brand's attempt to explain away the backlash just made things worse, and the damage was done. The game had oversaturated the platform, lied to its audience, and was now being ridiculed by some of YouTube's biggest stars. The reality was that Raid: Shadow Legends' strategy was a massive failure. What had once seemed like a clever way to advertise had turned into a PR disaster. The game's over-the-top marketing not only failed to win people over, it drove them away. The constant barrage of the same ads left people annoyed, and the lies about paying influencers only added to the negativity. In the end, Raid, Shadow Legends, was exposed as unreliable, its promises untrue, and its approach to marketing a disaster. The backlash continued, and the game's reputation never fully recovered. The once mighty app, which had seemingly conquered YouTube with its endless ads, found itself struggling to maintain credibility. The saga of Raid, Shadow Legends, serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of oversaturation, dishonesty, and ignoring the very audience you're trying to reach. What seemed like a smart marketing move turned into a disaster, and the game's aggressive advertising strategy ended up doing more harm than good. As the memes and mockery continued, it was clear. Raid's downfall was inevitable. FTX, a cryptocurrency exchange platform that launched in 2019, quickly rose to fame in the world of digital finance.
Cryptocurrencies lost in market value. It's because of the crypto exchange platform FTX.
With promises of safe investments and secure trading, it attracted attention from all corners of the internet. But behind its flashy ads and endorsements from some of the world's biggest stars, FTX was hiding a dark secret, one that would eventually bring the whole platform crashing down. FTX's rise to popularity was fueled by high-profile sponsorship deals with star athletes. Perhaps the most famous of these was with Tom Brady, the legendary NFL quarterback. Brady wasn't just a face for the brand. He publicly declared, "I invest in FTX," encouraging millions of fans to follow his lead. It seemed like a brilliant partnership. The message was clear. If someone as successful and trusted as Tom Brady was investing in FTX, why wouldn't others follow suit? But FTX didn't stop there. The company aggressively marketed itself through other influencers and YouTubers. Many creators, drawn by the promise of high-paying sponsorships, began promoting the platform to their audiences. It wasn't just small influencers either. Big names were on board, offering glowing reviews of the platform. One of the most notable endorsements came from Nas Daily, a YouTuber known for his short, informative videos. In his video, Nas Daily painted a picture of FTX and its CEO, Sam Bankman-Fried, as a symbol of innovation in the crypto world. He praised Sam Bankman for his visionary leadership.
It's the first network interview with Sam Bankman-Fried, the founder of the cryptocurrency exchange FTX,
and the impact FTX was making in the cryptocurrency space. Nas even made Sam and FTX the focus of a special episode, presenting them as the future of financial transactions. He talked about how Sam was using his wealth to help others, portraying him as a modern-day Robin Hood. For many of Nas's viewers, this video was the push they needed to trust FTX with their money. The video portrayed FTX as an up-and-coming, trustworthy platform, and Sam as a brilliant, trustworthy CEO. However, just a year after its rise to fame, cracks began to appear. FTX, which had promised its users secure investments and safe money handling, was exposed for using its customers' funds to solve company financial issues. The platform had been borrowing money from its users' accounts to cover its own internal losses, effectively stealing from its investors to stay afloat. The storm hit hard. News outlets and social media were flooded with allegations of fraud and mismanagement. FTX's promises had been nothing but a facade, and the truth sent shockwaves through the cryptocurrency world. As the news broke, the internet erupted in anger. People began to question everything they had heard about FTX, especially the YouTube sponsorships that had promoted the platform as a safe bet. Viewers began to realize how easily they had been misled by influencers who had been paid to promote the platform. Without understanding its true nature, the public outcry grew louder, with many calling for more accountability from YouTubers who had endorsed the platform. The downfall of FTX was swift and brutal. Sam Bankman-Fried, the once celebrated CEO, resigned from his position. Shortly after, he was arrested, and FTX filed for bankruptcy. The damage had been done, and the platform's collapse left millions of investors in financial ruin. It wasn't just FTX that was under fire. Many of the influencers who had promoted it were now facing backlash from their audiences. Among them was Graham Stephan, a well-known financial YouTuber who had promoted FTX to his followers. After the scandal broke, Graham released an apology video expressing regret for endorsing the platform. He admitted that he had trusted the company and the people behind it, but he now realized the extent of the deception. His apology video came too late for many who had lost their savings, but it was a moment of reckoning for influencers who had endorsed FTX without fully understanding what was going on behind the scenes. Meanwhile, Nas Daily also faced criticism for his glowing portrayal of FTX and Sam Bankman. After the fraud was exposed, Nas deleted the video, hoping to distance himself from the scandal. But the damage was already done. Many of his fans felt betrayed, believing they had been misled into trusting FTX because of his endorsement. Deleting the video couldn't undo the harm that had already been caused. The FTX disaster served as a painful reminder of the dangers of trusting online endorsements. It revealed the ugly side of YouTube sponsorships, how influencers and creators, driven by the allure of money, could promote platforms without fully vetting them. In many cases, these influencers didn't understand the risks or consequences of the platforms they were endorsing. Instead, they relied on scripts and paid offers to promote them, without considering the long-term impact on their followers. As FTX started to repay its victims in January 2023, the bitter reality set in. The platform's collapse left many feeling betrayed, not only by FTX itself, but also by the influencers who had promoted it. Trust in online sponsorships was shattered, and viewers began to question whether any recommendation they saw on YouTube could be trusted. The story of FTX is far from over. As Sam Bankman-Fried faces legal consequences for his actions, the cryptocurrency world will likely never be the same. But perhaps the biggest lesson to be learned here is that sponsorships, especially in the world of finance, need to be approached with caution. It's a harsh reality. While influencers may help a brand reach millions, they can just as easily lead their followers into disaster if they don't carefully consider what they're endorsing. In 2018, a wave of YouTubers began openly discussing mental health, including issues like depression and anxiety. Many of them talked about how important it was to seek therapy, and one company, BetterHelp, became a frequent sponsor on YouTube.
Has found that a lot more people are using mental health apps.
Yeah, of course, with these apps, you can access mental health professional 24/7.
The platform, offering online therapy, seemed like the perfect solution for people struggling with mental health. With the rise of mental health awareness, BetterHelp seemed to be offering a much-needed service, but things weren't as they appeared. It all started when a small YouTuber, Mamology101, decided to dig deeper into BetterHelp's claims. He noticed something strange. Many popular YouTubers who had been openly talking about mental health struggles were also promoting BetterHelp. The more Mamology dug, the more he uncovered a disturbing pattern. These influencers were recommending BetterHelp to their audiences without fully understanding what it actually offered. As Mamology's investigation unfolded, it became clear that BetterHelp's practices weren't as transparent as they seemed. Some YouTubers were pushing people to sign up for BetterHelp services, claiming it would connect them to suitable therapists who could help with everything from anxiety to depression. But what Mamology found next was shocking. BetterHelp's terms and conditions were hiding critical information. The most disturbing revelation came when PewDiePie, one of the biggest YouTubers on the platform, took a deeper look at BetterHelp's business model. PewDiePie exposed a major flaw in the service. If you signed up for their 7-day free trial, you'd be hit with an annual fee once the trial ended. Worse, if you decided to cancel before the trial was up, you'd still be forced to pay for at least 1 month's worth of therapy. PewDiePie couldn't believe what he was seeing and shared this discovery with his millions of followers. His video blew the lid off BetterHelp's deceptive tactics. But that wasn't all. As PewDiePie continued to investigate, he uncovered even more troubling details. BetterHelp claimed that it would match you with a therapist who would be best suited for your needs. But when PewDiePie dug into the fine print, he found that BetterHelp's terms and conditions actually said the company wasn't responsible for finding you a suitable therapist. Worse still, they warned that the therapist you were paired with might not be a good fit for you at all. This revelation caused outrage among viewers. Many people had trusted BetterHelp because of the glowing endorsements from their favorite YouTubers. Now, they were realizing that the platform was making promises it couldn't keep. But the story didn't end there. The most shocking discovery came when it was revealed that BetterHelp had been sharing sensitive personal data, including users' mental health information, with third-party companies without their consent. The company had been sharing users' information with advertising and marketing firms, violating the trust of the very people who came to them seeking help. This breach of privacy shook many to their core, especially those who had turned to BetterHelp for confidential therapy. In response to the allegations, BetterHelp's CEO denied all accusations, claiming that the company had done nothing wrong. They argued that the sharing of data had been necessary for business purposes, but the damage was already done. People were furious, and BetterHelp's reputation was in tatters. The backlash from both the public and influencers was swift and unforgiving. The situation escalated further when BetterHelp was forced into a legal settlement for $7.8 million. The lawsuit alleged that BetterHelp had misled users about its services and violated privacy laws by sharing confidential information without consent. This massive settlement was a wake-up call for the company, but it did little to restore the trust it had lost. As BetterHelp attempted to rebuild its image and make a comeback, more and more YouTubers spoke out about their negative experiences with the platform. One notable YouTuber, Soggy Cereal, dubbed BetterHelp the worst sponsor in YouTube history. Soggy Cereal's video resonated with many viewers who felt betrayed by the platform's deceptive practices. The company, once seen as a solution for those seeking help with mental health, was now seen as a cautionary tale of what happens when big corporations take advantage of vulnerable people for profit. Which one shocked you the most? Tell us in the comments section.